How's it going, everybody? I am Preston Johnson.
Welcome to
Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV.
As a general philosophy.
That's exactly right. You're a fish.
Qwan, by the way, my producer, Qwan Young, doing a good job. He'll be taking the calls. How you doing today, bud?
Hey, man, how are you?
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome to the show, Bets TV, bringing you Last Word Cheetah. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Last Word Cheetah, brought to you by Bets TV. I am Preston Johnson, your host, alongside Qwan Young, co-hosting and producing from the other side of the studio. Say hello. Big lineup today. We got this show where we take your calls, we talk over your bets, we track them, we give away cash to the person that has the best record at the end of the month, and we get to talk over games, college football, NFL, NBA, NHL, whatever you guys want to do. We had golf, a big golf winner at 18-1 over the weekend from Tom Davis. After that, we have day one of Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire, your chance to win $25K. Day one means that any of you listening can call in with a chance to win that. It starts in an hour. 661-515-BETS, by the way, is the phone number. 661-515-BETS. After that, we have the Lucky Trader NFT show with the guys from over there. We're going to have Ryan Trost on, and we're going to talk over the Zed Run tournament and some of the results from that and how they view that, I guess, expectation going forward for some of these tournaments that they can do on the NFT front. So with that being said, every day we've had this side bet between Qwan and I where he tries to pick and guess who the first caller is going to be. He told me, I'm going to be completely honest because I have no reason to ditch 50. I've given away so much money to callers the last 4 or 5 months. $50 is like whatever. Okay. He said Hunter B, and he said Hunter, and I said, which one? And he said Hunter B, and I said, okay. And he said, actually, wait.
I said Hunter in Houston.
Hunter in Houston, thank you. And he said, actually, wait. He already sent a pick in the chat, so he's probably not going to call today. And I said, okay, well, that's funny. Yeah, you can change it, obviously, but now you're probably going to get it right. And then the Wi-Fi was being glitchy. He was trying to figure out who he was going to pick. We had to actually reset something because the camera worked. I'm looking right now to see if I'm glitchy or robotic or whatever. But Jim calls, and Qwan's like, booyah, Jim, first caller. And I was like, what the hell? You never said Jim.
Listen, this is what
you never said it.
This is the accurate.
You thought it. You were in your head. You were like, oh, I'm going to go with Jim, and then the other shit happened.
I'm going to tell you exactly how it went down. I said, Hunter made a play in Discord already. It's not going to be him. Preston said, you're probably going to get it now. I shuffled through Qwan's handy-dandy notebook. And I looked it over, and I said, Jim. And then I went back to work. We got the computer. We got everything set up.
He thought, hey, I'm going to go with Jim, and he never said it. Did I respond to you when you thought you said Jim? Usually I'm like, okay. Or I say something back. Either way, it's only $50. But good news, the prize pool for November is up $250. You know why?
Why is that?
Our good friend Drew Dinsick, Whale Capper, he covered for me when I was out of town last week on Monday. I said, hey, what's your PayPal? I'm going to pay you for hosting the show. I basically a similar rate that I would get myself for hosting the show here, and he wouldn't let me do it. He said, put it in the November prize pool. So that's $250 to start for November, plus we'll have a bunch of side bets we do the next few weeks between Qwan and I. But the 50, man, I can't confirm it. I just never heard you say Jim.
Can we at least get the Patrick from last Monday that I put in the Discord?
I didn't see that. What?
It's in the Discord. I called first caller. Drew can confirm it.
Patrick, yeah. I watched the beginning of that. I had just landed. I was in my Uber on the way to New York City, and I watched like 45 minutes of that show. That's totally fine. That's good.
So it's at 300.
So it's at 300. You're right.
You 50 for Carlos losing again.
So that's 350. Man, I can't believe you actually bet on Carlos to win a month.
He got fryer moved last night.
He did cash $2,500 on Who Wants to Be Betting Extraordinaire, so I guess maybe I can believe it. But
I have faith
regardless.
in you today. I called it out.
I'm feeling a little better today. I'm a little more energetic, but I don't sound 100%. I'm not 100% yet.
You got to embrace the sexy voice, man. You need to go home.
The suave R&B, jazzy.
For your wife.
I do have a cool idea for another track. I'm finishing up one. We actually got picked up by it. I told you about this, how I'm writing a song through these NFT character personas, an animated music video and everything. Have I told you about this?
I remember.
Okay. So me and a buddy wrote this song. It's a pretty catchy hook. It's like a pop song, and I've never written a pop song before written. as I've always been like a punk rock kid. It's pretty good. And I pitched, it got to this guy who's the CEO of Riptide Music Group. Heatley, shout out if you're watching. Anyway, he went to one of his producers. They want to like do the track for us. So they'll take it to another level just because on our own, we can't get it to like record label quality. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. But regardless, the second idea I have for a trick, I've been getting into the zone, and after being in New York, I have this cool concept. So I'm saving it, but you might be right that I need to hurry and record some vocals
a nice
right now because it is more mellow.
Yeah.
Might have like a jazzy poppy vibe that's some piano. Anyway, I'm kind of all right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go record something. I'm still coughing though. We'll get through the show. Should we take the calls? Is Jim ready to go? All right, Jim. Well done. Apparently, you should have won $50 for the November prize pool, but Qwan pretended that he said your name and he never did. Regardless, what's up, man? And what are you looking to bet today? Oh no. I don't even know if Jim was the first caller now. You were just lying the whole time. Is he there? Jim, what's up?
We'll go to next.
Yeah.
Next is John.
Definitely phony. John, can you hear me? What's going on, man? Oh no. When Qwan reset the internet, he forgot to push a button.
We're going back to Jim.
All right, Jim, we're going to try. Third time's the charm. Now you definitely don't get $50 since you botched that. It's just out, Qwan. Jim, you can hear me now, right? Are you good?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Good to go, brother. What do you want to lock in to bet today?
Real quick, yesterday, I know you didn't get a chance, but can you give me a price on Saints money line, my pick in the chat from yesterday?
Let me see. Saints money line?
Yeah, I think it's gone up, so I might be giving away with a couple cents today, getting a price today.
Plus 140?
Okay, I'll take that.
Cool. You want to bet? You said something about yesterday. Was that what you wanted to lock in via chat yesterday? Is that what you were referring to?
He was just asking for a price. I got him on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so does he have another bet today? That's what I'm curious.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, I'm going to look at. I'm going to go to New England versus Cleveland. I'm going to take the over in that game.
Okay.
I think it's in the 44.5 range today.
Mostly 45, even some 45.5, but it moved up some. Is that still good at 45?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's good. I think I just think it's two very good offenses, elite offensive coaching staffs with Josh McDaniels and Stefanski. Two very good offensive lines, two very good running games. I mentioned last week New England kind of reshuffled their offensive line before the Jets game and have kind of taken off ever since. And you could tell that they needed to fix their pass protection. You got two good quarterbacks in that game also. So even though the defenses are pretty solid, I think the offenses are both just rolling right now. I mean, I'm a huge Mac Jones guy. I think he's almost top 5 right now, not just future. I mean, he's...
Whoa, okay, hold on a second. Wait, all right, this is when I don't interrupt the callers very often, but I just need to make sure I heard this correctly, Jim, from Philadelphia. You think Mac Jones right now is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL?
He's close. Absolutely, yes, 100%. I watch enough NFL games to be able to stand on that. I would say close to top 5. Maybe he's definitely top 10, 100%.
Okay, I'm going to start naming a few quarterbacks. You tell me if you'd like Mac Jones instead. Justin Herbert or Mac Jones?
Okay. Herbert.
Okay. Matthew Stafford, Quan's boy, MVP bet, or Mac Jones?
Stafford.
Okay. Former MVP Lamar Jackson or Mac Jones?
Okay, listen. I'm going to cut it off at it's going to be listen. Okay, it's going to be Lamar, Brady, on top of those two you name me.
Josh Allen, I only scored 6 in Jacksonville, or Mac Jones.
No, I take Mac Jones over Josh Allen.
Wow, he was the MVP favorite before that game against Jacksonville. Interesting. Okay, also, many would consider the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, Patrick Mahomes, who's looked like, I don't know, Cam Newton the last month, but you'd take Mac Jones instead of Patrick Mahomes?
Absolutely, 100%.
What?
Listen,
I feel like Jim just decided, like, oh, Preston's back in town. I'm just going to go full Skip Bayless on his ass. Like Kyler Murray?
Put it this way. If we make
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers, you got to put over Mac Jones. But that's literally the list. Like, what's sustainable in the NFL and what Mahomes is struggling with, like, this year, like, Mac Jones is on an elite level of reading defenses, going through progressions, having a plan pre-snap, accurate with the football. He also is paired with a great offensive coordinator and a great head coach.
That definitely plays a big role, I think, for sure.
This year? No. Yeah, do I think they're going to win anything this year? No, but next year they're a serious title contender. 100%. I'm telling you.
You would take him over Dak Prescott, over Russell Wilson.
Yes.
That whole, like, mid-tier. I mean, he's hurt now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because I think what you're saying with Mahomes and the Josh Allens is, like, the sustainability of being an NFL quarterback. Like, what makes Tom Brady so great? The way he is accurate and he can read defenses and go through progressions. Everything that makes Tom great.
What's the common denominator there, do you think?
What, between who?
It's not bad.
Brady and Mac Jones, and the fact that they both played in New England with Belichick, and they are very similar in that sense. You're giving a ton of credit to Mac Jones. I know you mentioned great offensive coordinator and head coach, but this is just, it's spicy, man. I got to think through this a little longer. But we have a bunch of other callers as well.
All day, so I can't tie the bones all day. So
look, we'll lock you in for the over regardless. I appreciated the hot take, so we had to take a few minutes. We'll let you go, Jim.
All right,
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later on.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, start digging.
Right,
Find another one like that. That was great. It was like when Tone called in and said Chris Middleton wasn't a top 400 player or 300 player in the NBA. And I just had to, like, okay.
That was worse. Like,
wait a minute.
A million times worse. What's more believable, the fact that I called Jim first caller or the fact that he actually tried to back that up?
Do you have any thoughts?
That's probably one of the worst takes. I mean, it's not there's not even a sample size that you can give to back it up.
Look, this year he ranks 15th in EPA. Jim's very own Jalen Hurts actually ranks ahead of him. Let me look at QBR. He ranks 21st. Jalen Hurts also ahead of him.
Tone doesn't call in.
I hope he does. All right, who's up next? I know we got to get moving.
We got OG John.
What's up, John? How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Preston? Yeah, that was some take, but you never know.
I won't ask your thoughts about it.
The top 10, but no, I can't go there. I
no problem.
I don't see it, but I watch a lot of games. I do like him. I thought he could be the best quarterback coming out this year, ready to go. So I do agree
Absolutely.
with that. But the top 10, I think he's not thinking it through. But that's for another discussion, I guess. I'm going to try to lock in a college play. I think one of the lines may move up. I'm not sure if it is or not. I don't track lines as close as I used to. But I like Air Force Saturday against Colorado State. I think there's still 2.5s out there.
I can give you a 2.5 for sure. I can give you a 2 minus 113 as well. That's probably worth it very slightly.
Yeah, I think it is. I'll take the 2 minus 113 for sure.
Okay. What's the breakdown here outside of I actually think Colorado State's pretty overrated from a market perspective. It has been. Bet Boise State either last week or the week before against them. But, give me your 2 cents on this game.
I agree with that concept too, and also Colorado State's had a tough time stopping this Air Force offense. I usually don't look at history as much, but when it's an option team like this, I think it does matter.
Sure.
And they've had a hard time stopping Air Force, and I think it's just a good spot for Air Force to bounce back. They had a tough loss, but I think they'll be ready to go, and they're actually undefeated on the road this year, which is pretty hard to sustain, but I don't know if that's a factor or not, but they do play good road games, so I like that also. I had a question for you, too, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I've been taking it's probably a negative EV, as they say, but I've been having good success taking some money line parlays in college the last 3 weeks. And I was wondering if that sort of corresponds with you not playing the underdog money lines. But I've been, taking some pretty big favorites and just combining them and getting it to about an even bet. And I was wondering your take on that.
The short answer is they're fine to do for fun, but like when you're taking huge favorites like that, the vig and the spread on those is just not going to actually be worthwhile. And there's a few times like if I have two favorites that are about touchdown favorites that I think should be double digits, then parlaying the two like that I would absolutely think is actually ahead. But you also should just be betting the spread for each of them as opposed to
like I take two I like, and then I sort of throw in some big ones, which brings it down to about an even bet. But I know I'm taking a big risk that one of them loses. But usually it's sort of like I played against Temple last week and a few real lousy teams.
Yeah.
I just hard to imagine them winning sometimes. But you never
have you just started doing it more regularly, or have you done that in the past?
I just did it last 3 weeks, just messing around. Last 3 weeks I've just done it, and of course they all won, so it seems like pretty easy. But I know in the long run it's probably negative.
It's just a matter. If you're really about even money, then just track it for a while, see how often you can win at least 50% of the time on them, and you can find out. But generally, I wouldn't be parlaying unless I had an edge anyway, and then I'd rather just bet the spread anyway, so I'm not relying on separate legs to do it. But there are worse bets in the world to make. Like I don't blame you, and it's for fun. Most people are just betting for fun to have action on Saturday, and if that's one way you want to do it, so you have 5 or 6 extra games you can follow, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like last week I only bet one game straight, and then I played the money line parlay, so I had sort of 6 games to follow anyway.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
That's it. Just Air Force lock in today.
We'll do it. -2. Good luck, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds great.
All right,
later.
Next up, I know both of those calls were long, so thanks for those that have been holding.
We got Andrew in Chicago.
What's up, Andrew, man? How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Preston?
I'm doing well. What do you want to lock in?
I'm going to college basketball tonight.
All right, here we go. It is time. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Hello?
Can you hear me? You're good to go whenever you're ready.
I can hear you.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going with the KU spread tonight. I think it's at 3.5 now.
Kansas?
Yes.
It is 4.5 just about everywhere. 1-4.
Okay. I mean, I like it up to 6. I just think that the KU team is pretty underrated. They got almost all their talent coming back. I know they're going to be missing Jalen Wilson tonight, but they should be better. Got a lot of transfer depth as well.
Okay, I'll give you the 4. I'm not seeing that 3.5 was really around, other than like early opener for a second 15 minutes yesterday. But if you got 3.5 in real life, nice work. But we'll give you the 4 for this.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it.
No problem. Take it easy. Remember when someone was on a boat?
You have to have the greatest ears ever, because I have no idea.
That one was tough. I'm still not 100% sure he said Kansas, because he said yes after I asked. But then he said 3.5, and I just don't see 3.5 yet. So, Andrew, if you hear this, and
please
send in the chat, confirm it's Kansas. But he was definitely on the subway somewhere or a train. It wasn't a boat, though.
We got Nick in Iowa.
What's up, Nick? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'll say this. I heard maybe 2 words on that last one, but I did hear the word Kansas. I am sure about that, but I don't know anything else he said. Yeah.
A couple transfers. He talked about Sparty maybe being overrated entering the year, and I think that's about all I got out of it. But for sure, he was like near a train station or in one. You going college football again for yours today?
I really wanted to go college basketball, and there are I'm gonna take a couple money lines like I did with Central Michigan last week, and so because Tom Davis is the GOAT, and I got to put a little dent in this gap, but. There is a money line I do like tonight, though, in college football, so we will stick with college football. And I played Ohio at +8, but I think they're live tonight, so we'll take Ohio on the money line tonight.
Okay. Let me see.
I think I got a +200 at BetMGM's the best I see, at least, but maybe you see better.
I see exactly 200 at like 2 spots still. So, yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have any thoughts on that total, by the way?
On the total, give me 1 second here. I'm going to look this up really quick.
I know I just did all my totals this morning, and I know someone that played over. I am like 63, so it's not enough for me to play it, but I was just curious if you had any thoughts.
Right. You said, I'm sorry, what side did you say you were leaning?
I'm 63. It's 61.5 across the board, and someone I know played over.
Yeah. I'm leaning over a little bit. I'm not going to bet over, but I do have this slightly higher. I think Colin played this over too, if I remember, if I saw that right.
Okay.
But so I'm leaning over, but I'm not going to play over. But yeah, I would lean that way for sure.
All right, that's where I'm at as well. All good. We'll lock you in for the money line plus 200, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. See ya.
See ya. Next up, Qwan, who do we got?
We got Patrick in St. Louis.
All right. What's up, Patrick? How are you doing today?
Hey, Preston. Hey, I don't know if Jim in Philadelphia was like doing performance art or something, but I mean, if you look at the defenses they played this year. They played the Dolphins, the Jets twice, a banged up Buccaneers secondary, the Saints, good, Texans, Cowboys, Chargers, Panthers. Come on. I mean,
Look, I respect it. And the fact that when he said it immediately, he went and doubled down by making sure we understood, saying, no, not just in the future, right now.
Always.
And I was just like, okay, we got to stop and talk about this. But I had the thought about defenses. I didn't want to go through them all. But look, even if you take that away and aren't adjusting for strength of schedule, he's average to below average in a couple of the metrics. So, like, yeah, it's not. Look, I'm not even sure if the Patriots are good. Bill Simmons thinks they're great. The hype over there, I'm sure, is awesome. It's Belichick. It's whatever. They're probably going to close a dog to the
Bill
Browns.
Simmons thinks a New England team is good. Stunner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But, that take almost melted my computer when I heard it. So
I'm glad you're able to call in still, to be honest.
It was scalding. Okay, but anyway, yeah, so I've played the same angle maybe 3 to 5 times on this show, and I think it's cashed every single time. I'm going to Mike Gesicki receiving yards over against this Ravens linebacking core. I mean, Ravens, they've let up the 3rd most receiving yards to tight ends, and teams are focusing on this area just because of the weakness of the Ravens. So, and this, I see it. There's a big straddle between DraftKings and FanDuel on this too. DraftKings is over 53.5, and FanDuel is like 60.5. Oh no, it just moved down to 56.5, so it's getting closer. But I'll take the over 53.5 on DraftKings.
Yeah, I got 53.5 for you. That's fine.
He's averaged over that, or he's exceeded that 5 out of the 8 games that he's played. So I think that's a fair number for this matchup.
To your credit, for people that aren't aware, he called in. This was like pre-week 1 NFL, and you were just like, let's fade the Baltimore linebacking group, bet the tight end overs against Baltimore. And I think you did it the first 3 weeks, at least the first 2. Then there was a pause for about a month. Then you did bet one again a couple weeks ago. It also hit. So, yeah, I think you're at like 4-0 on those. Let's make it 5-0, 53.5. We'll lock it in.
All right. Thank you.
Take it easy, Patrick. By the way, when you post the show later today on my account, the like recap, just use the Jim cutting in, saying that, and me stopping the show and like getting into the Mac Jones. He needs some love for that take.
Oh, shebang.
Yeah. So whatever that was, 3 to 4 minutes there. All right, who's up next?
We got Carlos.
How's it going, Carlos?
What's up, Preston? How are you doing, buddy? It's college basketball. So excited. Really excited.
Do you have a team, a college that you root for?
Not really. Georgetown stinks. No, they don't stink. University of Maryland, probably Maryland. I like parity in college basketball. I don't like when the Blue Bloods win everything. I hate Duke, obviously, because I like Maryland. But I like parity in college basketball, and I think, they're headed that way. I wanted to ask you about that in regards to your college basketball projections. What is your top 3 team going into tonight's first night of basketball?
I haven't caught up in time, which is on me. But by the end of this week, at least, if not like tomorrow or Thursday, I'll be ready and have all my college stuff. But I am not there yet. Regardless, I think Gonzaga's won, like almost certainly. And then after that, I know it kind of changes. So I can at least give you that one.
Cool. Well, I am going, just a public service announcement to my buddy Tom Davis. His boy Carlos Ortiz withdrew. I don't know if he knows that. I just want to give him a heads up because that's my guy. But I'm going golf, and I want Sam Burns. Do you have anything Sam Burns top 10? He's supposed to be the favorite at 16-1. But I thought
he's supposed to be the favorite now?
10, I believe he is the favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
He's like 18-1, I'm saying. How is he the favorite?
Because I believe he might be. I might have read that wrong. Is there anybody better? Is there better?
I guess it's just that wide open.
Pretty much.
Top 10, I see plus 140.
Top 10 plus 140. Yeah.
Top 5 is plus 300. Or just take him to win at 18-1. Your friend Tom did that last weekend.
Top 5.
You want top 5?
I'll take top. Yeah, I'll take top 5.
Okay, for those that don't know anything about golf, like me, I don't know anything. Why Sam Burns, other than he's the favorite?
Well, just because he's the favorite. That's why.
You don't know about like his greens and regulation rate, or driving distances.
Carlos is
scrambling. I know a little bit about golf because I play it, but I'm not no pro by any means. But
Do you know where Sam Burns is actually from?
Texas, maybe?
The upward inflection on everything he says is hilarious.
He's from Louisiana. It's all right, man.
Okay.
It's okay. You can still bet on him. I wanted to know how much you actually knew.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I finally won that touchdown last night for Pittsburgh for the tight end. Finally.
Nice work on that.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to see you're feeling better as well too.
I am. I can feel it. I'm definitely some percentage better. Hopefully by like tomorrow, Thursday, I'm good to go. But appreciate it, Carlos. We'll talk to you later on. Good luck tonight.
No problem, bud.
See ya.
Right. Bye-bye.
Next,
we got Hunter B.
How's it going, Hunter? I guess this isn't the Hunter from Houston, right? Because we got 2, and this is not who you wanted to bet on at the beginning for first
Hunter
caller.
from Alabama.
Okay, so Hunter from Alabama, welcome back to the show, man. What do you want to lock in for today?
Hey, Preston. Sam Burns because he's due.
That's what Carlos should have said.
No. I'm going to take some golf, but I'm going to go Euro golf, the Dubai Championship. Trying to pick up a little variance here, so I'm going to go Jason Scrivener, round 1 3 ball over Dean Burmester and Victor Perez.
Okay, what's his price there?
Plus 275. It's on DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Okay. Yep, plus 275. That works.
Okay.
Any reason?
Yeah, so I think Dean Burmester, I think, is being a little bit overpriced here. Chris opened him up at quite a bit higher price in a different matchup. So that means Rufus has probably got Dean Burmester priced quite a bit lower. So it was a numbers play for me anyway, but that gives me a little bit more confidence in it.
Right on.
It's just a much sharper market.
Yeah, for those that are not even doing their own numbers and are just trying to figure out stuff like that, and you can bet in some of these statewide legal books like DraftKings or wherever else, that's a really good indicator. If you look at Chris and their price on a certain golfer is just way higher than DraftKings, there's probably a reason. It's probably somewhat trustworthy. And then you can kind of peg it down like, oh, in this three-way option for round one, I like this golfer anyway, Jason Scrivener, or however you pronounce his name. This is a perfect play.
Yeah.
So that's just a good way to like a process, even if you don't have your own projections of like, oh, win probability this. You can look at other books, look at other prices, and kind of do your best assessment to shop around. So good work there, Hunter. We'll lock it in, and good luck.
Thanks, Press.
Yep. See ya. Who we got? How's it going, Ty?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well. Whenever you are ready, let us know we want to lock in today.
Just a couple questions for you. Do you see value on, FanDuel and DK always have these boosted picks, which are typically sucker bets, but they have today, let me just pull it up so I don't say the wrong team for you. They have both Kansas and Duke to win boosted to plus 255. Is that something that you see, like occasionally there is actually value in these things? Would you see that on a night like tonight? You didn't finish up your numbers, but just curious.
What's the caveat? I mean, they're both favorites, and if you're getting 2.5 to 1, that's valuable.
There's a limit.
Is there a
There's
rollover?
like
What's the caveat?
There's a limit.
I mean, but it's free money, even at a small limit, right?
Yeah, I mean that's my take on it. Sometimes they can get into sucker bet territory, like they'll increase the odds in a parlay where both sides are to win the game are minus 110, and they're just probably trying to get some more action on those two sides is my guess. This one tonight seems like a bit of a key to college basketball.
Yeah, it's like opening night. They're just trying to do something. I mean, the only downside I'm thinking through now is if the limit for something like that is $25 or $50, and once you bet it, you can't add real money to bet the real line, and you wanted to actually bet Duke minus 2.5 or 3, then you would pass so that you can bet, 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever your number is on Duke. Other than that, yeah, if it's $25, $50, it's still massive EV. People should definitely be taking advantage of those. So yeah, as long as there's no like, if it hits, you have to now bet this 1,000 times rollover before the end of the year.
No, there's none of that. In fact, for the first 5 days of legal sports betting in Connecticut, they had free money gifts, and the limit was much higher. So they had like over 2 runs in one of the World Series games, which, yeah, of course, it could end 1-0. But, it was a worthwhile risk, and the max bet was either 200 or 250, just trying to get people going and mess with their psyche a little bit so that they have all this money and then they blow it.
That's more than I thought. And you're right, 95% of the time people will just blow it right back anyway. That's why they can do that promo. But whenever you see those, you should absolutely take advantage.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate that. Wonder tonight, I'm looking at potentially at the Blazers in the NBA. Do you have any thoughts on that game?
I had, I think I would have bet 3.5, which is where it opened yesterday, and it's down to 3 or 2.5. I think it's just a pass.
Okay.
Pretty sure my number's like 2.2 or something, and like around there.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the strategy that's helped me a lot along the way on the show, and that is to fade a pick that the mush put in with me. So I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets money line at the best number you have available.
All right, just 1 second. Got to pull up hockey screen.
Preston, can
what?
You name a Winnipeg Jet?
If you gave me 1,000 to 1 and you let me type like 15 letters into my computer for maybe, you just want money line, right?
Yes.
Minus 119 on Winnipeg.
All right, that's what I'm going for, and slow and steady. A lot of November left.
There is plenty. All right, man. Appreciate the call. We'll talk to you later on. Good luck tonight.
Before you move on, if the guy that I believe it was Tom's pick for the golf withdrew, he doesn't lose a unit on that. He just doesn't get to play. Like, he loses out on that day's opportunity for a pick. Correct?
Yeah, it would just be like real life. It's no action. He'd get refunded. It's a net zero for him. And, yeah, he doesn't get to re-bet.
I just saw Right. I just saw in the Discord that somebody said, "Oh, tough break for Tom." Like, that guy withdrew, and he loses out on the opportunity to potentially win, but he doesn't lose it.
Honestly, I thought with the big lead he has anyway, he should probably just stand pat regardless. So it actually might work out. So, odds are that wasn't going to hit, and now he was punting a unit away. Now he keeps it. It's probably positive for him.
Every point counts.
Last question, and then I'll shut up.
Okay.
It's a quick one. What happens first? Bitcoin gets to 100,000, or Carlos wins a month?
Oh, come on. Get off the line.
Hold on. Is it still like 66-ish?
Come on, Preston. You're not going to actually answer.
I think a lot of people think, like the most bullish people in crypto think Bitcoin could hit 100K before the end of the year. I tend to think it won't, but it's like nearly 68. And look, plus 45, 50% happens all the time. Like, and here's if it doesn't get there by January next year, I think it's going to retrace probably a bearish type year next year. And it could be a while. I'll say Carlos.
There we go.
I'm going to say Carlos. Not because I think he wins the next 2 months, though. Just that if it doesn't get there in the next 2 months, I think it'll be a while. So that's my thought.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I hope I'm wrong by a lot, but I think a lot of us hope I'm wrong. Anyways, thanks, Ty. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Peace. All right. Who we have up next?
We got a bunch we probably need to buzz through. We got Christian in Oregon.
All right. I'll be quicker. Christian, what is up, man? Welcome back to the show. What do you want to lock in for today?
Hey, Preston. I'll keep it quick. I want to go Cincinnati minus 11.5 against Evansville in college basketball.
All right. What's the reasoning or breakdown there for you?
So I followed Wes Miller pretty closely when he was at UNC Greensboro. Traditionally, like he was a monster there. I mean, if he was at UNC Greensboro against Evansville, he would slaughter them with that team. Now that he's at Cincinnati with probably much better talent, I think this is going to be. I feel very confident about this. So I feel pretty good. Cincinnati's going to manhandle them.
I think a lot of people agree with you. This was as low as 7.5, 8 yesterday. So plenty of Cincinnati money.
Quite a bit then.
Yep. We'll lock you in, man. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks. See ya.
See ya. I'm curious where Torvik has it. I'm gonna look.
We got Mike in New Jersey.
He's right on market. All right, Mike. What's up, man? How you doing?
How do you do it? Every time, day 4, you just find a way to make players collapse in what they're good at.
Look, here's the thing. The Suns were up like 25 in the third quarter, and I looked and I was like, oh no, like they've probably just been crushing. Paul probably has 10 plus assists, and he only had 4. And my thought was, well, Trey and Draymond were each at 8, I think, at the time. I was like, well, at least the Suns game won't even be close, and Paul probably won't even play the fourth quarter. And they blew the entire lead. I think the Kings cut it to 3 late fourth anyways. You didn't really ever have a chance, but I had that thought when I hadn't been following the game that they must have, just because they had 97 like late in the thirds. Anyways, you had a chance, obviously, took the favorite and didn't work out, but I do owe you $250 for at least getting through day 3. I already sent to Tim because he DM'd me. Are you the same Mike that I just sent like 100 to for some math question in the Discord a while ago?
That is me.
Okay, I probably have it saved. I'll send to you after these shows today.
You also sent me $250 for too. So.
Oh, that's right, because you were just asking about how I do it twice.
More often.
Yeah, well, this is good business for you.
Yeah. I think for today, so with the Houston Open and PGA, I locked in Brooks yesterday at 30-1. The event, it's the second time ever they're hosting the event. Carlos Ortiz won last year, which is why Tom Davis wanted him, but he withdrew due to injury. Brooks finished 5th last year. Brooks been playing really well, so I took him yesterday. Today I'm going to go with an Aussie, Cameron Smith. He's played, he plays pretty good golf, really consistent golfer. I'm going to take him, though, in a different market. I'm going to take him in the top rest of world. So that group is it takes out the Americans, the Canadians, the Englishmen, basically all the Euros. So basically the Asians and Australians and South Americans all in a group. So he's competing against guys of the likes of Joaquin Niemann of Chile, and then Sung Jae Im. He's plus 750 in that market, and
okay,
I think it's a pretty good pick. So I can manage to cash both if Brooks can still win and Cam Smith can still get top rest of world, because Brooks isn't a rest of world candidate.
It's a good way to play it, so you're not just vigging yourself where only one can win. Now you actually do have a chance to win both. And if he ends up winning it all anyway, you're going to at least cash one. So
yeah, what are you doing, Mike? Making my job 3 times as hard.
Listen, I'm not taking Euro 3 balls, all right? That stuff happens while we're asleep. All right.
The 3-ball last
I'm not even sure where those results went. I'm not even. Someone's got to fact check these.
I had to ask Jamie last week to help me with the 3-ball.
We'll make sure it gets graded correctly.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Take it easy. Good luck.
Yeah, that 3-ball. I had to ask Jamie, and then Hunter called in, and I was like, hey, Hunter, that lost, right?
Was it a 3-ball on for a Thursday round, and so Friday they were asking about it? Got it. Yep. Who's up next?
We got Brian in New York.
What's up, Brian? How are you doing today?
Hey, Preston. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you. What do you want to lock in? Oh, well, hold on.
I'm going to go to
hold
college.
on. No, I'm cutting you off.
What's that?
Forgot you're a Pats fan.
Ask him.
Thoughts on Mac Jones, top 5 QB in the league right now, better than Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, no.
I mean, all right, fair enough. We'll move on. Go ahead with your pick.
I mean, I think he has potential to be top 5, but right now he's probably not even top 10.
Thank you. Appreciate the honesty.
Okay,
Carry on.
So for my pick today, I'm going to go with Jacksonville State plus 8.5 versus Wichita State.
Okay, what's the read here?
I don't know. I can't name one player on either team. I just saw a few people I follow on Jacksonville State, so I'm going to ride with them.
I saw a few people on them as well, for what it's worth. I'm not sure if Wichita, just from the name, is overrated because people remember Wichita State, but they've been dropping off the last few years anyway. I think most people have this projected around 7, so getting the 8.5 could be worse. We can lock you in for that.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Take care. Next up, John in Cleveland. All right, what's up, John? How are you doing?
I'm awesome, Preston. Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. I appreciate that, truly. What do you want to lock in today?
I'm looking at the squarest bet I can find. Let's go Bucks -6 if it's still out there. A lot of -6s, right?
Let me check. Talking Bucks in the NBA, right?
Yeah, Bucks in the NBA. I guess I should say that.
It was -6, 6.5. It's still plenty of 6s. Can give you that.
Yeah, let's do the 6. I mean, I don't know who Philadelphia is going to put on the court tonight, but I think they're going to get whacked.
Look, that's what I thought yesterday. And the Knicks were up 19 late second quarter, and the Sixers came back and tied that game. It was ridiculous. Luckily, the Knicks covered anyway because that was one of the 3. Which, by the way, I never talked about this. That T-Wolves +6 bet's one of the all-time beats. They were up 16 with 7 minutes left. Then the game, somehow they blow it all. They're down 3, and Towns hits that half quarter, banks in. So now you have to cover +6 in overtime. And of course they don't. They missed a free throw late, and it landed 7. Just had to get that out there. But
no. As soon as that went in, you knew they were going down.
It was a lock, yes. Anyways, we can give you the Bucks at -6. I'm not against fading Philly here again. They just are pretty depleted without their main 4 to 5 guys.
Yeah, especially on a back-to-back, too.
Yep. All right, man. We will talk to you later on. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it, Preston. Thanks.
See ya.
We got Evan.
What's up, Evan? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. By yourself, guys?
Doing well. What do you want to lock in today?
Can I get the LA Kings on an alternate puck line minus 1.5 at plus 300 I saw earlier? See if it's
Let me check an alternate line. It's not going to be on my screen, but what's the angle here? Break it down for us for a little bit.
Just LA Kings are running hot. They just played Toronto last night. It's a back-to-back, so bringing some momentum over there. Montreal has been a little cold, but they have been rested, so this is just a battle of attrition.
I can give you plus 320 on minus 1.5. You want to roll with that?
I'll take it. Yeah, and then while you're there, can you also just tell me what the Detroit Red Wings alternate puck line is?
Sure. Just a second. Hold on a sec. All right, there it is. Weird, they don't have it listed at the same site.
Yeah, okay. That's what mine had, the same thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just curious if you had any access
weird.
to one. All right, no problem.
problem.
Lock me in for the Kings, and talk to you guys soon.
Will do. Take care, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We got Jamie.
What's up, Jamie? How are you doing?
Hey, man, doing well. I
Glad
like
to hear
Evan's
it.
strategy there with some of those reverse puck lines. Kind of reminds me of my KBO run lines.
Exactly. Except even a better price because hockey doesn't have too many goals. So if there's something there, I don't know if the momentum carrying over from a back-to-back is necessarily the reason, but maybe it's mispriced anyway. Worth a shot. What are you going to bet lock in for today for your bet?
Yeah, let's go with that UTEP from yesterday. I'll take them. I think you can still get picked minus 110, and then I might come back and hit like an alt line later in the week. But the more we looked at it, the more we talked about it, I like it quite a bit. So I don't know why that number's kind of stalled where it is. I thought it might move, but I'll still take it.
I can give you a pick still. It did. No, it hasn't moved today anywhere really. Okay, yeah, we'll give you the pick. Still mostly minus 1, but I know someone else that actually had North Texas a small favorite, but he was the only person I know that models college football that has them a dog. But seems like too much respect for North Texas, at least in my opinion. And his stuff's usually pretty priors heavy, which would also make some sense because UTEP's outperformed their priors for the most part. So I don't mind it, man.
Yeah, they've taken a big step up this year. So.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you got anything on Missouri, South Carolina? I wanted to take Missouri, but then I ran my numbers and had it about a pick as well. I was a little bit surprised. Didn't know if you leaned one way or the other there.
Yeah, but if anything, the over. But there's like 12, 13 mile per hour winds projected. I don't know. But nothing on the side. I think I liked Missouri slightly. Like, I think I have them a small favorite. You can get +1. And then the 55, 54.5 is just a little low. But not enough for me on either way to play.
Fair enough. Yeah, nobody's going to take an under in a Missouri game all year, even against South Carolina.
Even against South Carolina, that's right.
So, all right, thanks, Preston. Have a good one.
No problem. Take care. How many more callers do we have on the line, Cole?
Last caller for right now is Hayden from Dallas.
Okay, cool. What's up, Hayden? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I don't really know who needs to hear this, but Dakota Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't know if that was said. Just a lot of confusion, I guess, going on today.
Well, I think they would refer to Sunday's game and then ask you why you thought that.
Doesn't he still rank top? I don't even know 7 in EPA, CPOE composite or something?
Probably. He's been phenomenal
Sunday's
when he's
game
played
didn't
this year.
Exist. Yeah, that last game didn't exist. But today's bet, Fordham -9 in college hoops.
Why?
So Fordham has like a new coach, Neptune, ex-Villanova guy. He's all right, but the real handicap here is that these Ivy League schools haven't played basketball in like 2 years, and they got like decimated by the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So that's the angle.
It's interesting to follow. I know Pikachu, our good friend that calls in occasionally to talk college football, he used to primarily bet Ivy League hoops. I'll see if he has any thoughts on that. He's probably betting college basketball this year. So, yeah, I'm going to ask him. I'm curious. But if anything, it's going to manifest itself this first week or two. So if you're going through, you want to fade Ivies, definitely doesn't hurt, right? The fact that this team you're playing hasn't played a real game in 2 years. So I'll track that one tonight. We'll give you -9 on Fordham. And, yeah, good luck tonight.
Nice. Thanks. See ya.
Yep. Take it easy.
Clear.
Torvik had it at 11 anyway. Interesting. Maybe there's something there. Maybe even first halves instead of full games. I don't know. I'll probably be watching that. I know someone else I was listening to was bringing that up the end of last week. Beautiful. I think we're good to do my totals. Just a few, not a lot. Hold on, I got to respond to a message. All right, that was quick. We're good to go. First, by the way, Patrick called in yesterday. I mentioned I liked, in the NFL, I liked Vikings-Chargers over 51.5. A lot of 52s, but there's still definitely 51.5 in the market. That's the lone NFL total, but I had it at like 54, so got to bet that one. Patrick was on it as well. College, I also added a little bit of Tulsa, which I believe it was Jamie that called in yesterday. He liked Tulsa. I went through. I loved under, and it's moved incredibly today. You're not going to be able to get 57 anymore. If you can get 56s, it's still okay. 55.5, I would start just like easing off on how much you would typically bet on it. But, yeah, the 212 Tulsa Tulane under 57.5, 57 was the number earlier today. I also like the -2.5s if you can get them. There wasn't a ton. Hold on. So, keep your eye on that, but I don't think Tulane's going to be able to move the ball very well against Tulsa, which was part of Jamie's angle of even laying the 2.5 yesterday anyway. I can't get my screen to update, so I apologize. I'm also waiting for that while I was trying to respond to someone about an English football club. I'm just going to leave it at that. Can't say anything else, but in a few weeks, you guys are going to hear something pretty cool that's happening. It just loaded. Next one, this one's fun. If you hate your life. Duke, Virginia Tech, over. It was 48-49. It's 49.5 now. A couple of 50s. It's moved a little. Anything under 51's value. Burmeister, the quarterback for Virginia Tech, goes out last week after like one pass attempt. The backup comes in. What's his name? Kadum, I think. I'm going to look this up. Knox Kadum. There it is. I remember I saved it so I wouldn't mispronounce his name. He was awful. They scored 3 points against Boston College. He was 7-16 for 73 yards. He doesn't run the football particularly well or anything. Burmeister, if he's out, that's why this number is so low. Well, my projection is closer to 57. So is two other people that I asked about this. I have to believe that now Kadum, he's a freshman, has a week to actually prepare against a Duke defense that's been giving up 50 every week, can move the football for Virginia Tech. Tech's defense hasn't been necessarily special this year anyway, and Duke can get some. So it feels like totally like awful and ugly, but that's one with a freshman QB that I just not sure the drop-off from Burmeister to him against Duke is worth, at the time, 9 points or even 7 points right now. So I like over there. And then the last one is Kansas, Texas, over. Anything, let me see, where's the current price? Anything, wow, this one moved a little too, but anything 61 or better was really strong. And then a smaller play up to 63. I actually had this mid-60s. So that's where I'm at there. It's probably going to be a blowout. There's a reason Texas is a 30.5 point favorite. It's also one of those where, let me blow a little pull up on the Longhorns. Let's see really quick. They just scored as a 7 against Iowa State. Yeah, it was 30-7 final. They also just lost to Baylor. Before that, they lost to Oklahoma State in a one-possession game. Another one-possession game lost to Oklahoma, which they totally blew that, gave it away. This is like their Steve Sarkisian, like, stomp you, FU game. Like, they should absolutely just get to that 50-plus number. Like, why not? And, it's not like Texas's defense is special enough that Kansas can't get on the board, too. So, I don't know. I just had it projected closer to 66, and I think it's way too low. So, that's it. The 3 totals, 1 on the NFL, and if you can still get the 2.5s on Tulsa, I added that as a side, kind of combined with the total under. Hopefully, they're pretty correlated in that Tulane just can't get more than their, like, 13, 14, 17 range. Should be in good shape for both. That's that. Any ads from the chat, Qwan, for bets for today?
Why, yes, we have a few. Actually, we have a question from Paul. Paul asks, will there be a steam warning for college basketball, which is something that we've talked about?
I don't think so. I haven't heard about it. I know they maybe they do it like after the season gets started, although their biggest edges are usually early in the season. So I haven't heard back from them.
We got Fran asking for Brooks Koepka top 5 finish at plus 650. Paul also wanted Western Michigan on the money line tonight. He didn't give a price. Alec in Ohio wants EMU minus 5.5, minus 112. Chris from Illinois wants Keith Mitchell top 5 at the Houston Open plus 1,900. And Hunter in Discord asks for Donovan Mitchell 30-plus points with 4 threes made at plus 220.
For Donovan Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay. Those all work. Interesting.
Tone called in and his call dropped, so he's probably going to either try to call in or be yelling soon.
Well, if he wants, I'll let the stream go another minute or two if he wants to call back in. We have day 1 of Who Wants to Be Betting Extraordinaire coming up. We're going to go college basketball because it's opening night, so probably be the 2 big games. Just let people pick a side, and if they're right, they're right. Tone's up.
No, we got Alec.
Okay, we can squeeze Alec in. What's up, Alec? How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going well, man. What do you want to lock in real quick before we wrap up?
Oh, okay. Let me get. Do you have a lean on the Eastern Michigan Ohio game?
Over slightly, very, very slightly.
Nothing on the sides.
Nope. Although, who was it? Nick? Someone called in and bet Ohio money line at 2-1. I think it was Nick. He liked the Ohio side. He said he bet it earlier when it was like plus 8, 7.5. But he thinks Ohio wins the game outright. So usually his stuff's pretty sharp.
All right. We'll go with Eastern Michigan minus 5.5.
Fading Nick. Okay. Let me see. Let me make sure there's a 5.5. I do not see 5.5. I see 6. Is 6 okay?
Yeah, 6 is fine.
All right. We'll lock it in. And I guess it'll be a battle between you two. We'll see what happens. Good luck tonight, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks.
Didn't even phase him. He was just
put
like,
that in the chat.
without thinking.
I just read it. I don't know why he called.
He wanted to find out if I had any thoughts on it. Maybe he would have changed his pick. I just have the total like 63 point something and 61.5. It's not enough to bet, but that's where I would go. And I know someone else that did bet over. Plus, I think you mentioned Colin was also on over. Anyways, action. We got 3 games tonight on Tuesday. We got college basketball, NBA, and NFL. Anything else, Qwan?
I got nothing.
We're good?
Chris in Illinois says he's doing some coaching. He wants to follow in my footsteps, so that's a
flag football coach.
I don't know. It just says he's doing some coaching. It's a terrible idea, anyway. We got our team party on Thursday. I gave
where you taking them to?
I gave out awards, so it's at one of the parents' houses.
Not TGI Fridays or whatever it was.
Listen, if it was at Fridays, it would be a wrap. I would absolutely show my ass.
That music's really quiet. Are we good to wrap?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for those that called in. We appreciate it as always. In 2 minutes, we'll have the stream for Who Wants to Be Betting Extraordinaire Day 1. All of you can call in. Chance to win $25,000. College basketball opening night. We'll talk to you soon.